guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetsjuice.com, and today we are here at the Asus event and we have a new phone with us, which is one of the most affordable Asus Zenfone you can buy. This is called the Asus Zenfone Go. It will be launched in India for a price of 10,000 rupees approximately, and you have MediaTek chipset inside. It is MediaTek 6580 and it is a new chipset which is clocked at 1.3 GHz, and it also have the Asus Zenfone UI which has been enhanced, and you have Android Lollipop 5.1 on this device. We have 5-inch of high definition display which is a 720p display, and I do not see any pixels on this device even if I take a closer look, which is good. So this is going to be an affordable Android phone which will come for 10,000 rupees, and you get 2 GB of RAM, 5-inch of high definition display. The only problem which I see with this one is going to be the storage, because it has 8 GB of internal storage, but there is a 16 GB internal storage model also available. So you will be able to buy a 16 GB model of this phone as well later on. Again, 8 GB model is going to be launched before that. Talking about some other things, we have Bluetooth 4.0, Wi-Fi. The front camera on this phone is a 2 megapixel fixed focus camera, and the rear camera is 8 megapixel. It is an autofocus camera, can record high definition video. We have a secondary microphone for noise cancellation over there, and you also have LED flash as well. On the front camera you do not have LED flash, but there is LED notification light over there, which is good. Below the metallic earpiece, which is looking nice. At the front, at the bottom, you can see that we have touch capacitive buttons which are there within the body of the phone, and they do not have backlit LED, and they are colored in silver, so it might be difficult for you to actually locate them. The phone UI is responsive and smooth, but I do doubt that whether this will have good battery, because Asus Zenfone are always known for bad battery backup, because the UI actually kills the battery more than anything else. This is how the display look like. The display look responsive and clear. I would say the color reproduction of the display is good, and viewing angles are also nice. It is an IPS LCD display which is looking good and nice in terms of the color reproduction, and pixel density as well is also good. Talking about the messaging application, this is how it looks like, and if we compose a new message, I would like to show you the keyboard over there. And here we have the keyboard, and again you can see that it has some amount of lag even as of now, and you can do swipe to type on this device without any issues. You can also tap on these keys and you do get a pop-up. The typing is not very smooth and responsive. The hardware is good but not great, I would say. So typing is not very fast, but you can type on this device without any issues. The keyboard keys are big, and you also get a pop-up whenever you tap on any of these keys. Let's take a look over the internal configuration and settings. As far as the build quality is concerned, the build quality is good for the price. You will also get this phone in other color options. You will get a red color option, a white color option as well, and this is the regular black color option which you will get, and this will sell before the other models as far as the color options are concerned. When it comes to the options, you have the power and sleep key over there and the volume rocker, and these are the physical button options you have, and they are plastic buttons basically. So they give you good amount of feedback, but they are plastic buttons and they have a nice texture over there, which you can see if you take a closer look. And at the top you can see that we have a 3.5 audio jack, and at the bottom we have micro USB port which is covered by the security thing. We cannot remove the back cover as of now because the security equipment is there on this device, but this device is a dual SIM phone and it is 3G only, so there is no support for 4G on this device. This is a 3G only device, and it comes with the battery of 2070 lithium polymer battery, which is a removable battery, so you can remove the battery out of this phone, and it is going to give you around 1 day battery backup as per the information which we have got. And again, we will test it later once we do the full review. As of now, what I can show you is the internal configuration. Let's take a look over the settings and find out what all we have as far as the version of Android and storage is concerned. So we have Android 5.1, which is the latest version of Android, Lollipop it is, and it is coming pre-installed, which is good. Let's take a look over the storage information, and here the storage information, you can see that we have 8 GB of internal storage. Out of that, only 2.72 GB is available. So especially if you plan to buy the 8 GB model of this phone, it is not going to be worth, because you only get 2.72 GB available on this device as far as free storage is concerned. Or even if we take a look over the total storage, which is 3.51 GB, so out of 8 GB you will only get 3.51 GB, which is not at all good. Let's take a, and again, if you are considering whether you can actually install applications on the SD card, you can do that, but again that will not help that much. I would recommend you to go for the 16 GB model in case you plan to buy this phone. And on the 16 GB model, on this particular model basically we have 2 GB of RAM, which is actually a good thing. So right now 2 GB of RAM is kind of standard these days, and they have given 2 GB of RAM on this phone as well, and out of 2 GB 1.5 GB of RAM is free. Let's take a look over the camera performance. Before we end this video, I would like to show you the camera performance of the rear camera as well as for the front camera. And here I have my iPhone 6, and I can take a photo from the rear camera on this phone. And when it comes to the rear camera, you can always tap and do the focus, and I can take a front camera photo as well. and I can show you both of these photos one by one. So this is how the front camera look like. As far as the clarity is concerned, the front camera is doing a pretty good job. It is not at all bad considering this is a 2 megapixel camera. In terms of colors and clarity of the image, it is good, but in terms of details it is not that great. You can see good amount of noise over there, but still it is good enough for a 2 megapixel camera which is there on the front on this device. Let's take a look over the rear camera photo. The rear camera photo has been taken just now in a low light scenario, and again details are good and the clarity is also good. The overall color production of this photo is also nice. If you compare it with the original subject over there, it is not exactly the same, but it looks very close in terms of colors as well as in terms of the overall details which you see, which is nice. So all in all, this looks like a pretty good affordable phone. Again, the only problem with this phone which I can notice is the storage. In case you plan to buy the 8GB storage, it is not going to be worth it, but in case you plan to buy the 16GB storage model, then it is definitely a good phone with a MediaTek chipset inside. And some of the glitches which we have noticed is with the UI. As you can see, the Zen UI is slightly heavy on this hardware. So for MediaTek 6580, which has a processor of 1.3 GHz quad-core CPU it is, and this UI is slightly heavy for this hardware. That is why we can see slight amount of glitches as far as even initial testing is concerned. And I think with long-term usage, you will see a lot of lag on this phone, especially if you plan to have the Zen UI running on top of Android, which is by default preloaded on this phone. So, as far as the back cover is concerned, I have just removed the security equipment to show you the phone from the back side. And after removing the back cover, you can see that we have a battery which is 2070 milliampere hour battery, and you have two SIM card slot on this one. This is the SIM card slot 1 which will take a micro SIM. This is going to be the SIM card slot 2 which will also take a micro SIM. And again, on this device we also have a micro SD card slot, and you can actually install applications on the micro SD memory card as well. And this is how it looks like from the back side. So again, in terms of connectivity options, it has all you need. The only thing which can be a drawback for some people is that it does not have 4G connectivity supported, so it is only 3G phone on both the SIM card slots. That's all from us. Do let us know if you have any specific question for this phone. We would love to help you. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.